The wrestling war between AEW and WWE is absolutely heating up. If you guys love the drama, if you love the intensity, the banter, the trash talk, then this video is definitely for you. WWE has also canceled the TLC pay-per-view. Reasons as to why, what they're replacing it with, what are they doing, what are the plans for WWE, are things going downhill? I got all the answers to the questions you have. And then also AEW Full Gear pay-per-view card has been leaked. And guys, this stuff has been very, very incredible. I just want to say thank you. This whole journey of doing YouTube, we're about to hit 30,000 subscribers very, very soon. Just a few away from 29,000. So thank you again for your support. But with that being said, let's just kind of talk about AEW Full Gear. Christian versus Adam Cole. Inner Circle versus American Top Team. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Jade Cargill versus Rosa. Thunder Rosa. Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. MJF versus Darby Allin. Lucha Bros versus FTR. Hangman Page versus Omega for the World Championship. Cody versus Miro, or, Aleister Black, Malachi Black, or Andrade. This was the card that was seen in a picture that's been circulating around social media with Tony Khan holding a notebook to his chest while at the Jacksonville Jaguars game. And of course, a lot of people were using that magnifying tool. They were trying to see what was written on that piece of paper. And this is apparently the AEW Full Gear card. Obviously, it's not finalized, but there are a couple matchups that definitely have me intrigued, and there are some matchups that definitely have me just scratching my head. So which one excites me the most? Well, my friends, I can't wait for MJF versus Darby Allin. I think this is low-key one of the best matches on the card because this is the future of AEW right here. I'm not really too fond of American Top Team versus Inner Circle. I don't like the idea of these untrained MMA guys competing in the ring. We'll see how they do, obviously, but it's not something that really makes me excited. And the one that actually has me scratching my head the most is Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. And this is actually just largely to do with the fact that it's October 14th so far. We've not really seen a build for this type of match. So I'm not really sure what AEW's plans are here. But even though I'm scratching my head, let me make it very clear. I'm not against this match. In fact, I think this card is probably one of the best cards for AEW thus far. I'm very intrigued to see which route they go with Cody. I think Lucha Bros, FTR, that's probably going to be the match of the night, honestly. This is the match I think that's going to blow everybody away. I think literally every single match on here has a good reason for being on there. Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa really intrigues me because Jade Cargill's pretty much been in squash matches on AEW Rampage. But nonetheless, this is a solid card. If this actually comes to fruition, I can't wait to see how AEW navigates around this. Ultimately, very, very cool stuff. So shocking the way that this has actually been leaked, too. But I do want to say, I think Tony Khan's a smart guy. I think he knew exactly what was going on when that photo was taken. And look at the amount of talk that has happened thus far. This is going to get people excited about Full Gear, and also, maybe there's going to be a lot of different opinions out there where Tony Khan says, hey, the reaction to this leaked card tells me that not everybody wants to see Bryan versus Moxley, for an example. Maybe he can change it, whatever, fine-tune it. But nonetheless, pretty exciting stuff. I'm glad to see AEW has some cool plans, and I look forward to seeing what happens. All right, guys, now the next story of the day, we got to talk about it. WWE has canceled TLC. Instead of a December pay-per-view, WWE has made the decision to move forward with Day 1 Atlanta. Day 1 is the pay-per-view that's going to be taking place on New Year's Day. It's Saturday night in Atlanta, Georgia, and WWE instead will not have a pay-per-view in December. And I really don't know what WWE's plans are here. I think WWE, anytime they have a pay-per-view that's not part of the Big Four, they're pretty much skippable pay-per-views. Not many changes happen. There's not a lot of excitement. Being that this is on a Saturday, I actually really look forward to this. I personally enjoy New Year's Eve every single year. It's one of my favorite holidays. Gather with some friends and family and whatnot. So the idea that I can recover after New Year's Eve and watch some wrestling, that actually excites me. If you guys didn't know, WWE has the Royal Rumble, I think, on January 29th. So there's technically 2 pay-per-views in January. December is not going to be there. The reason for WWE canceling this was reportedly due to the holidays. And I'm cool with that if that is actually true. If WWE is canceling a pay-per-view so wrestlers could go and enjoy, their holidays, Christmas Eve and, Christmas Day. Like, if that's the reason for it, I really get it. I understand it. I'm cool with that. I don't know how it's going to go down in December because AEW doesn't have any pay-per-views in December. So I think one thing that could really work here is maybe AEW having like a special TV event. They've done Winter is Coming. They've done so many different things. Grand Slam. I would like to see something like that here in December from AEW because their next pay-per-view won't be until, I think, Revolution. And then, of course, with WWE skipping TLC and having it canceled, I would love to see WWE do something fun for TV too. NXT is doing Halloween Havoc. I would love for WWE to do something special just to make television feel a little bit more important for them. But ultimately, some really cool stuff. TLC is gone. It's been replaced by Day One, and it's an intriguing name. I don't get it. I don't know what the theme is. Perhaps WWE can do a TLC match on this pay-per-view. I think the idea of gimmick pay-per-views is dumb. Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, TLC, Extreme Rules. Those are match types. Let's get creative with pay-per-views again. Let's get people excited about your pay-per-views again, because the most excitement I see for a WWE pay-per-view is the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, which, by the way, that's a gimmick match. But nonetheless, people get excited for Survivor Series, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam. These other ones, they just don't do it for me. All right, guys, and now we got to talk about some drama between AEW and WWE. Top Dolla from Hit Row last night had a little bit of fun on Twitter. He tweeted out, "Some of y'all favorite wrestlers only wear sneakers on camera to seem cool and hip, but in real life they rock Vans and Asics exclusively. But y'all not ready for that conversation." Now, what was really interesting about this tweet was the Young Bucks went on to their Twitter bio, because they have to do that. And when they went on their Twitter bio, you got exactly what you expected. A direct shot at WWE and Hit Row. Young Bucks' Twitter bio was updated to, "Spent more on sneakers in September than the entire NXT roster did." Now, here's the thing, guys. Normally, I've been kind of annoyed with the banter back and forth, but it's very clear that AEW wants war with WWE, and it's very clear that WWE wants war with AEW. And if you don't believe me, Tony Khan literally just said this in an interview. He firmly believes that this is what fans want, this is what they want, this is what WWE wants. There is more value in them having competition, And I love it. At this point, I'm actually starting to warm up to it. I love it. My only request for both of these companies and all of these superstars who want to banter back and forth, if you're going to take big shots at each other, just make sure you come correct, because nobody wants a wrestling war where it's one-sided. I think everybody here knows that, and I see this with my audience in particular. We love AEW. We think AEW is great. So, we might not be a big fan of WWE at all times, but if WWE is going to be in a situation where they're going to take shots at them, you best come forward with some great content, because that's what's going to make this wrestling war fun. It's not going to be fun if one side gets dominated, and I could see that very well happening. Of course, Top Dolla got a lot of criticism here. I actually don't agree with the criticism, guys. Go off. It's Twitter. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of people who want to talk about AEW and WWE. Add to the fun. At the end of the day, trash talk is trash talk. But like I said, you just got to come through with the product. And truth be told, I thought it was a smart move by Top Dolla. A lot of people are talking about him. A lot of people are talking about Hit Row. AEW does it all the time. AEW banters against WWE all the time. Might as well do it. See what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. My name is Ango. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.